Aaron, let's talk about the game in a minute, but let's talk about the transfer window first. What's the club's position on selling players in this window?
Yeah, I think the owner's statement has been pretty clear that we're retaining this squad. We're going to need every single one of them, obviously with the situation that we're in, and we can't bring anybody in. So, yeah, I'm going to need everybody available for that.
Lots of chat this week about Stan Mills in particular, also Brian de Keersmaker. Collectively, are either available for tomorrow's game?
Yeah, they've both trained, so yeah, obviously I've just come in from training now, but me and my staff will go through that and put a squad together. But yeah, both are trained this week and are available for selection.
And Mills, as I mentioned, lots of talk, particularly on social media, about other clubs wanting him and his availability and that kind of thing. Is his situation unique or different to de Keersmaker's?
Yeah, look, he's agreed a deal to go to Preston in January. And listen, like it's far from ideal. I can totally understand that. Being one day before the beginning of the season. But what it does mean is that obviously we get Stan now for the next 4 or 5 months. And then, when January comes around, we'll be in a completely different position then, where we can be really aggressive in the market and look to strengthen our squad there. But for me now, having worked with Stan over the last 6 weeks, he showed me the professionalism and that he has. So yes, he'll be wanting to put in performances for the fans, but also for 20 of his mates in that locker room as well. So I think that this is a situation that can work and that he can be fully committed to. And then, like I said, January come around, we're in a completely different position then, where we can look to really strengthen. But
for everyone else, unless there's a particular clause, no one's leaving in this window.
No, of course not. Like I said, the owners put out the statement that we're going to retain this squad, so that's no different. Stan will be here on September the 1st.
The game you're playing tomorrow. There's a match tomorrow.
Finally, the good stuff.
Talk to me about the opening day of the season then, and the game against MK Dons. First league match for you. Do you feel like last week might be helpful in the long run?
Yeah, I think looking back on the game, we analysed there, and obviously there were some frustrations because we conceded 2 late goals. But looking back, there was a lot of positives in there. Yeah, we faced a couple of different sort of come up against a few different things. So for us to sort of go back over there and really nail down that bit of detail in how to overcome that was very encouraging for us. So yeah, a lot of learning from it, but the boys are in a really good place now, and a lot of excitement going into this first game.
And you used the word excitement, and I've heard you talk about that going into this MK Dons game, even against a backdrop of a defeat, a relegation, the difficulties that we know about with the transfer embargo, but yet your crowd is going to be virtual full house tomorrow, and it does feel like there's an appetite for really getting into it now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the fans have been amazing throughout pre-season. The last game against Leyton Orient, was really I felt them there. They were right behind the team. So for us to have this home game now in a full stadium, can't wait for it. So they're going to be super important for us this year to be right behind this team, and they're going to be on this journey with us. So looking forward to playing that game now.
Would you urge the fans to concentrate on the game for at least the 90 minutes and back the team that you put out?
Yeah, listen, I can relate to them in certain frustrations and things like that. Of course, it's not being straightforward, but for me, it's a chance for us to really come together now and to be together throughout that game, because we're going to need them. We're going to need them to get behind this team and for them to be part of the success this season.
You've got a team that was in the Championship last year. On the other side, Paul Warren's got a team that was in League 2 last year. Kind of a strange League 1 game, but you can't look at MK Dons as anything other than dangerous, right?
No, they've been really successful in what they've done, and obviously coming up, and they've added a few additions to their team through the summer. So we're expecting a really, really difficult game, but the full concentration's on us and how we behave through that 90 minutes, and at home in front of our fans, hopefully we can all have something to look forward to and celebrate at the end.
And for you and your staff, is actually having a game to focus on, with all the things that you're used to doing, preparing for, looking at the opposition, your own strategy. Is that really quite pleasant.
Yeah, of course, that's the easy part, you know, being on the grass and preparing for a game, and obviously going out there then to play. So for us, yeah, really looking forward to it. You know, this has been what seems like a long time waiting for this first league game, but yeah, really excited to get going now.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And do you feel like you got a good taste of League One standard last week?
Yeah, I think obviously there was a few different challenges throughout the game, so for us just to be aware of that and recognise that, you know, we'll be better for that. But yeah, certainly away from home, you know, there are going to be challenges, and we're going to have to stand up to that.
Yeah, there's going to be some different tests, I guess, across the whole of the season. How do you expect MK Dons to counteract your team tomorrow, and how do you how confident are you in the team to get around that obstacle?
Yeah, obviously they're very well drilled in what they do. So yeah, of course we're going to have to be really at it tomorrow, doing all the things out of possession as well. It's going to be really key for us to get that sort of control on the game. And then yeah, it's just for us to show courage on the ball, be exciting, create opportunities, and use that real good energy around the place to express ourselves.
You obviously made use of the whole squad in pre-season and last week as well. How confident are you in the depth that the squad has at the moment, just from now until January, I suppose?
Yeah, obviously there was a few players missing from the last squad, but yeah, I feel like, you know, this squad is why I came here to work with them, and been really impressed with the quality throughout pre-season, and also a chance to see, you know, the younger boys coming through, and obviously that was evident in the last game, to seeing so many of them finish the game and having that opportunity. They deserve that opportunity as well. Seeing that, you know, the academy's in a good place with some real good youngsters coming through. So everybody's got a part to play this year, and that's going to be so important.
How quickly do those younger lads need to adapt to League One standard?
No, listen, they're ready. I gave them the opportunity last week, so for me, yeah, they've been really sort of, you know, ready throughout pre-season, showing really good quality, and obviously they've been involved in you know, the majority of games and showing bits of quality where they've been having assists, scoring goals. So for me, yeah, it was a great opportunity to show, and they deserved it.
Greg Lee missed out last week, I think, didn't he? How's he getting on? Is he better this week?
Yeah, Greg obviously had a procedure in the dentist, and yeah, had to have a few days off after that. But yeah, Greg's come back now and trained okay this week, yeah.